Welcome to Istanbul, the city that straddles two continents, where east kisses west across the shimmering Bosphorus. This is where minarets pierce pink sunrises, where spice markets explode in color, and where history whispers from every ancient stone. Istanbul sprawls across 7 hills, its skyline a dance of domes and skyscrapers. Once Constantinople, capital of empires, it's now Turkey's beating heart, a city of 16 million souls, endless energy, and a spirit older than time itself. Here, Byzantine mosaics meet Ottoman grandeur. Sizzling kebabs are found just steps from trendy craft beer bars, and ferries glide effortlessly between Asia and Europe in a matter of minutes. Getting around is an experience, almost poetic. The Marmaray Tunnel dives deep under the Bosphorus. Trams rattle through streets that have seen centuries pass by, and the iconic yellow taxis honk in a chaotic but beautiful symphony. But the true Istanbul way to travel is by ferry, standing on the deck with the wind in your hair, watching Europe fade behind you as Asia rises on the horizon is a moment you won't soon forget. Istanbul is a city alive with water. The Golden Horn curves like a scimitar, while the Bosphorus flows, turquoise and fierce. In the summer, you'll see locals fishing from Galata Bridge at the crack of dawn. In winter, seagulls wheel above carts, steaming with freshly baked simit. Let's start our journey at Hagia Sophia, the 1,500-year-old wonder that has served as a church, a mosque, and a museum. As you step inside and look up, you'll be mesmerized by golden mosaics of Christ and intricate Arabic calligraphy sharing the same hallowed space. The massive dome seems to float like a miracle, with light streaming through its 40 windows, illuminating the history within. Just across the square rises the stunning Blue Mosque, with its 6 soaring minarets, and an interior adorned with over 20,000 glowing blue Iznik tiles. Remember to remove your shoes, feel the softness of the carpet underfoot, and just listen as the call to prayer echoes through the magnificent hand-painted domes. Now let's dive into the sensory overload that is the Grand Bazaar, a labyrinth of 4,000 shops tucked under scarlet arches. Get ready to haggle for beautiful lanterns, evil eye charms to ward off bad luck, and boxes of Turkish delight dusted in powdered sugar. The air here is a fragrant mix of saffron, rich leather, and sweet apple tea being poured from ornate silver samovars. As the day ends, make your way to Galata Bridge at sunset. Fishermen cast their lines into the water, ferries honk their goodbyes below, and the entire city skyline turns to shimmering gold. For the best view in town, climb the Galata Tower, a 14th-century stone giant, and witness a breathtaking 360-degree panorama as the city lights begin to flicker on like a million scattered stars. From there, take a stroll down the famous Istiklal Street. It's a 1.4-kilometer stretch of buzzing energy, with historic trams, talented street musicians, and shops overflowing with delicious baklava. For an authentic local experience, duck into the Çiçek Passage, or Flower Passage, to enjoy meze and raki, and you'll hear locals toasting with a hearty şerefe under beautiful stained-glass ceilings. For a taste of imperial splendor, we must enter Topkapi Palace, the opulent home of sultans for over 400 years. Walk the same marble halls as the members of the harem, gaze in awe at the 86-carat spoonmaker's diamond, and stand on the terrace where the Bosphorus meets the Marmara Sea, imagining the history that unfolded right here. Art lovers, you're in for a treat. Istanbul Modern, housed in a sleek warehouse, showcases incredible Turkish contemporary works. Alternatively, visit Salt Galata, a former Ottoman bank that has been beautifully reborn as a space for galleries and a library of dreams. A Bosphorus cruise at golden hour is an absolute must. As you glide along the water, you'll pass waterfront Yalis, elegant wooden Ottoman mansions painted in soft pastel colors, and ancient fortresses that once guarded this vital strait. If you're lucky, you might even see dolphins leaping beside the boat as the wind carries the scent of salt and pine. For a touch of underground magic, descend into the Basilica Cistern. This 6th century marvel features columns rising from mirror-like water, with the famous Medusa heads resting upside down in the shadows. The sound of water dripping echoes like a steady heartbeat in the cool, profound silence. Don't forget to venture to the Asian side, to the neighborhood of Üsküdar. Here you can sip tea on the waterfront, gaze at the iconic Maiden's Tower floating gracefully in the strait, and enjoy a delicious balık ekmek, a simple but perfect grilled fish sandwich served from boats bobbing at the dock. Of course, Istanbul's food is a love language all its own. Start your day with a traditional breakfast at a place like Van Kahvaltı Evi, where your table will be covered with up to 30 small plates of cheese, olives, honey, and the incredibly rich kaymak clotted cream. For lunch, grab a doner from a humble hole-in-the-wall spot. And for dinner, indulge in a feast of mise at a restaurant like Asitane, which serves dishes based on recipes from the Ottoman palace kitchens. The city's markets are a paradise for foodies. The spice bazaar bursts with mountains of saffron, colorful cubes of lokum, and tangy pomegranate molasses. On Saturdays, the Feriköy Antique Market comes alive with vintage kilims, antique brass coffee pots, and grandmothers selling their delicious homemade dolma. When night falls, Istanbul ignites. Rooftop bars like 360 Istanbul serve inventive cocktails with stunning panoramic views. Or, for a more traditional night out, head to Nevizade Street, where tiny tables spill out onto the cobblestones. Raki flows freely, and live fossil music fills the air with infectious energy. Istanbul is also a city of wellness. Treat yourself to a traditional hammam experience at a place like Çemberlitaş, a 16th century bathhouse where steam, marble, and a thorough scrubbing will leave your skin feeling completely reborn. Or, for a more modern approach, you can float in a salt room in the trendy Beyoğlu district. If you need a break from the city's hustle, take a ferry to the Prince's Islands. Cars are banned here, so you can rent a bike and breathe in the fresh, pine-scented air. Swim in clear, secluded coves. Enjoy some ice cream under the shade of fig trees, and watch as the sunset paints the sea a beautiful shade of rose. For another fantastic day trip, take a 2-hour bus ride to Edirne. There you can see the Selimiye Mosque, a UNESCO World Heritage masterpiece with minarets that seem to reach for the heavens. While you're there, you have to try kaya tava, a local obsession of fried liver served with onions. Alternatively, you can head to the Black Sea coast. The beaches of Şile and the rivers of Ava are just 90 minutes away, offering opportunities to hike through forests, eat fresh fish by the water, and fall asleep to the gentle sound of the waves. Back in Istanbul, a perfect way to end your trip is with a sunset on Pierre Loti Hill. Ride the cable car to the top, sip a cup of strong Turkish tea at the cafe, and watch as the Golden Horn glows a warm amber color. As church bells and the evening call to prayer blend in perfect harmony, you can feel the city breathing below. Istanbul isn't just a city, it's a spell. It's the taste of a warm simit, fresh from the oven, the scent of rosewater mixed with sea salt, the iconic sound of ferries cutting through waters that have seen centuries of history. It's the place where continents collide, where the past and the future hold hands. When you leave, you'll carry its magic in your soul, because once you've felt Istanbul's heartbeat, you'll understand why it is not just a destination. It is a love that lasts forever. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures.